Hey guys, welcome to what I think is a pretty epic library haul. I have a I don't know, just a slew, a schwackload, a large pile that is spilling over of books here beside me. Plus I have a stack of books to the other side of me. And I'm going to tell you about them. Hey guys, I'm Chantel and I blog over at Intentional Homeschooling, although these days mostly I'm just here on YouTube sharing about our homeschool journey and all the books we get out from the library. If you like seeing what we get from the library, I also do library hauls on my booktube channel. Those are like the books that I'm going to be reading or am interested in reading. I'm going to have one of those going up tomorrow, so if you're interested in that, subscribe to my booktube channel and watch out for that. Now, my library has a nifty little feature where they email me my receipt, which I'm going to pull up here, and it tells me the value of books that I have checked out recently. And as of so far, up to this point this year, so this includes books that I've checked out for our homeschool, books I've checked out for myself. This does not include audiobooks because I listen to a bunch of audiobooks and my kids have library cards and they listen to audiobooks on there. But when it comes to getting our physical books out, I take them out all on my card so I can keep track of them all. So far we have taken out $8,603.14 worth of books. So we love the library. My last library haul I did was in collab with Jess from the Homeschool Convert, and after I watched her video in our collaboration, I went and requested a bunch of books that she talked about. So if you watch that video, some of those books will be on here. And honestly, our library got rid of our fines a few months ago, beginning of the year maybe, and I've been really bad at returning my books on time. So there actually may be a bit of overlap from my last library haul. I can't remember exactly which books I have shared about before. Yeah, these books are just spilling everywhere. Let's just get into the books. Okay, so my first one is Mortimer by Robert Munsch. We actually own a very, very small, it's like quarter of the size version of this book, but I wanted to read this one with a toddler. Like I've talked about before, Robert Munsch, his characters are not the nicest role models, but my kids love these books. They're so funny. And this is all about Mortimer, who doesn't want to be quiet at night. And I love the visuals in his books, how he writes his words. They're really good for toddlers and helping them to develop those pre-reading skills. And I remember Mortimer from when I was a kid. Actually, Robert Munsch came to my elementary school and read a couple books, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, so we got Mortimer, and there might be some more Robert Munsch showing up here. Oh, I also found this Hello Garden Bugs. It's a high contrast book just for the toddler and maybe baby. It's not anything super amazing, but it caught my eye. Then normally I just put all my books on hold pretty much, but I actually perused the library a little bit and I got this Jack Staples and the Ring of Time. This is a David C. Cook, so it's a Christian fiction book for kids. I don't really know anything about it. It says, what does Jack Staples know about saving the world? Absolutely nothing. So a near-death experience awakens him to a battle between fantastical beings and terrifying beasts. My kids really like fantasy books, so I thought this one might be interesting for them. Okay, this one is for me, but I'm putting it on this list because it's, what's it called? It's The Busy Toddler's Guide to Actual Parenting. This woman has a Instagram page called The Busy Toddler, and I kind of get some ideas from her sometimes. So this is a variety of different activities and just information about toddlerhood. And even though we're in the thick of toddlerhood now and have been for the last little bit, I had such a break there for a while that I forgot what life was like with toddlers. And she just has tons of cool activity ideas, so I think I need to spend some time looking through this book. Then one of the videos I did recently was in collab with Abby from Bear Hill Family, and she recommended the Bear Grylls Adventures. Her son really likes these as early chapter books, and the font is huge. My son is not a super outdoorsy person. He likes being outside, but he's not super into adventure and bugs and that kind of thing, but he has a friend who is, so I think he might be interested in reading this book so he can have conversations with his friend. Yeah, so that's gonna be one of the books he reads this coming year. I will have a video on that eventually, but there's just been other videos that keep wanting to make a bit more of a priority here, I guess. Then I think that Jess had shared this book. It's a fish everywhere, I think it's called. It's somewhere on my stack. And then I went and requested all the books from this author because I thought the graphics were really interesting. So this is Birds and Their Feathers, and it's just information about birds. And I don't know, we don't read all the books we get from the library, but I like to pick a couple of them and put them on the coffee table in the morning or on the island so that babies can't get them. And then the kids can just like pick the ones that are interesting to them, flip through, look at the pictures, read the information, and that's one of them. Okay, then I got quite a few like mapping geography books. You'll notice that. So this is mapping Australia and Oceania and Antarctica. And so it's just general information about these different places shown on their maps. So there's this one, and then I have mapping Africa, which is the same idea. And then I know somewhere on the stack I will have another one popping up. Oh, maybe it's here. I also have mapping North America. So these ones I am thinking of maybe trying to figure out how I could put these into some kind of like geography, I don't know, assignment or something for my daughter. At the same time, she just loves reading through these on her own. I don't know if I necessarily feel the need to make it anything formal. Actually, we also have the maps book out. We own the original maps. And shortly after I had bought that a couple years ago, they came out with the one that had like 13 or 16 or something more maps. We have that one out from the library, and my daughter has taken it instantly. She's just been poring over it, especially with the Olympics going on. She's just been looking up all the different countries and all the flags, and so I don't really feel the need to do a whole lot of formal stuff with her when it comes to geography. That being said, I had recently been looking up Ambleside online. If you guys have followed me at all, you know that I'm really drawn to the Charlotte Mason method. I love a lot about it, but I don't think it really works for our family and my personality and that. But I was looking at their different book lists and things they have for different years, and so I've got a few of these books out because of that. And this one is one of them, One World, One Day. And it goes through different places and the different things that they what it looks like in different places, I guess, at different times of the day and what different people are doing. And yeah, I don't know, just want to create awareness with different cultures and stuff, which I think our family does a little bit naturally, having a variety of different cultures in our own home. But speaking of geography stuff, we also have Our World in Pictures, Countries of the World. This one is definitely going on my, like, if I have extra money in our homeschool budget, I would like to buy this, because it goes through like every country, I want to say. I won't say for sure if it's every single country, but there's information on what looks like every single country. And it's just such a good like initial resource for kids to get a bit of information in a really nice format. And then if they realize they want to like learn about a country more in depth, then we can do that from this. I think like take this as our starting point and then get more books on that country. I need a water break already because I feel like I've been talking forever and there is so many more books left. Okay, this one is also geography. This is My Weird School Fast Facts Geography. And it's pretty much just a fact book, but it's set up a little bit more in chapter book style. And yeah, I think my daughter's gonna like this one. We're not gonna use it formally, but just a fun book to have kind of on hand. This is a graphic novel. Oh, forgot the word for that. My daughter actually read this one. Katie and the Cat Sitter. This one grabbed my attention because my daughter loves cats, loves cat things, and I don't remember what she thought of this, but at the end of August, probably beginning of September, we are going to do another wrap-up of her reading because she's been reading a lot and she can tell you exactly what she's been thinking, but I think she enjoyed this one. Then I'm pretty sure I shared about this one in my last video, last library haul. This is the 100 Things to Know About the Oceans. We really like this 100 Things to Know About series. I'm pretty sure, once again, there's another book in this series here on the pile somewhere. Yeah, my daughter has loved this one. Then when I was talking about our favorite board books, we own Monster Knows... I'm sorry? Yeah. And then I got out Table Manners and Please and Thank You from the library. We read this one. I read this one to my 8-year-old and the 2-year-old at the same time, and they thought it was hilarious because monster knocks on the door. May I please roll on your mud floor? Just the fact that that was something the monster wanted to do, was to roll on the mud floor, was kind of hilarious. Then on Instagram recently I asked for a bunch of picture book recommendations because with the 2-year-old / almost 3-year-old, we're kind of in a rut. We're kind of sick of our board books by now and we need some new books, and of course people mentioned Elephant and Piggy, so I got I Will Take a Nap. We have loved this series over the years. It's great for like when the kids are beginning to read. It's also fun for just all the ages, I find. Oh, and then this is a board book that I got because I was looking for, this is Theodore Gray's My First Elements. In Ambleside grade 6, they have a Theodore Gray's book, and when I saw this one I was like, oh, it's a board book. We'll get this out for the toddler to look at, so got that one. Then I went on a spree, and I do this sometimes, where we really like Ellie McKay as a illustrator. An illustrator, she has done, my favorite is the Anne of Green Gables Tundra edition books. She illustrated the covers and I love them. Oh, I'll show you them just right now. So she did almost all of Ella Montgomery's books, but not all, like for some reason not all of them, but like this is Anne of Windy Poplars, Jane of Lantern Hill, Mistress Pat, Emily Climbs, and I like her illustration style, so we got a bunch of her picture books. And this one is The Secret Fawn, so she just illustrated this one. She didn't write this one, but she does also write some. And then also this one is by her, written and illustrated by, is Hidden Treasure. Yeah, I don't know, her art style is like kind of almost like feels like it's in a dream or something, and I love it. Then we got these two books. I think that Jess had mentioned one of these in her library haul. But we got Grow, Secrets of Our DNA, and Many, The Diversity of Life on Earth. And what I really like about this is it has a story. So you can read like the bigger words and just read the story to, you know, a younger kid. But then there's information in italics that can go, like it goes deeper and is better for older kids. So you can do both with older kids. Yeah, and so I got Many and Grow. And then I think there's another one possibly in the series that I requested that we don't have in yet. Then another picture book we got. We have had this one before. This is A Race Around the World, the true story of Nellie Bly and Elizabeth Bisland. We spent quite a bit of time researching Nellie Bly a couple months ago, and we had this one then, and I actually don't remember why I requested this one again, but we got this one again. Okay, and then a few years ago, I wrote a few different blog posts with funny picture books. My kids were going on a spree where they loved funny picture books. I'll leave, I think there's 3 of them. I'll leave all 3 blog posts linked below. But this was one I remember them really liking. Creepy Pair of Underwear. Honestly, if it has any kind of underwear or anything happening, kids think it's hilarious. And this one was funny, and I don't know. I know some people won't like it, but at the same time, I love to hear my kids laugh and like cute little giggles. So we're gonna read that one again. And the toddler likes our Duck and Goose 1, 2, 3 book, so I got the original Duck and Goose book for him. And then I found this at the library. This one when I was actually like looking on the shelves. Brown Rabbit's Shapes. And I think he's going to really like this one. We haven't read it yet, but the shapes keep flying off in the balloon, and I think that's going to be kind of like silly, and he's going to be learning shapes at the same time. And then another geography book I got, Wow Canada, Exploring This Land from Coast to Coast. And my kids both want to learn more about Canada. I feel like they don't know as much about this country that we live in as I would like. We're definitely going to do a Canada unit at some point this year, so I might just look at this and decide if this is something I want to use kind of as a base for that or not. Okay, this one, I got The Story of Mankind. Yeah, so I think that this was part of the Ambleside grade 6 schedule. Yeah, so I want to look into, I got a number of the Ambleside resources to look into to see if this is something we want to do. Unfortunately, with my daughter being in grade 6, I feel like it's a good time to do Ambleside because there's a lot of like reading that you have to do on your own. At the same time, if you're following Ambleside, they've already been like using this book for a few years, so they're like partway through, so you kind of need to start at the beginning. So I need to figure out how we want to go about that. Oh, and I also got Goodnight Construction Site for the toddler. I haven't read this one to him yet, but from what I remember, it's been a few years since I read it to my other kids. This one has good rhythm and rhyme, and I think he's really gonna like this one. And I had shared this book in our summer day in the life a while ago, The Dead Sea Squirrels. We still haven't read it. I think I'm going to put this one as well on my son's list of books for the grade 3 year. So we'll try that one out. Oh yes, here's Fish Everywhere. This is the one that I was saying that was by the same, the Birds and Feathers one. So I don't know, just the gold foil on the cover and stuff really caught my eye. And I think it has really cool illustrations. Kindness Grows. This was a cute little book with a little cutout, and then it's all about how kids can be mean and how that kills things, and then things like a kind word can help the tree to grow, help kindness grow. Then my friend recommended this book, La Princesa and the Pea. So it's The Princess and the Pea, but it's, I really don't know if I spelled or pronounced that right. It's supposed to be like the Spanish version. I think this is, okay, so it's the vibrant art inspired by the culture of Peru. And I also got Little Roja Riding Hood. I really don't know how to say things. So we're going to read these. I think they're going to be fun. My friend made them sound really fun. And then I mentioned this in our grade 3 curriculum video, but I got out 1000 Facts About Ancient Egypt for when we study Ancient Egypt here right away. This one might have been in our previous library haul, but Lunch Lady. My kids have actually really enjoyed this. It's Lunch Lady and the Cyborg Substitute. So it's just a fairly easy graphic novel for kids. These are 2 graphic novels, When Stars Are Scattered and Secrets of Camp Whatever, that my daughter has read recently, and I will wait for her to share her thoughts when she does her end of month, which is 2 months, wrap up, because she had quite a bit to say, especially about this one, When Stars Are Scattered. So wait for that in the next couple weeks. Okay, now I finished the stack that was over here, that pile, and now I've got one more stack left. I got the National Geographic Ultimate Rockopedia. I think we would like to study rocks in the near future, so I was just getting this out to see if this was a good resource that I would like to use in the future. And then on that same note, I also got the Ultimate Bugopedia. As soon as my son saw this book, he's like, oh, I need to look at that, because he has that friend that I mentioned before that is like so into animals and bugs and outdoor things, and he wanted to see if he could find some things to talk about with him, which I thought was really cute. Oh, and this is a really cool book. This is the Amazing World Atlas, Bringing Our World to Life. I really like the combination of illustrations and graphics and information about different countries. This is also one that could probably will get put on my list of like books I would like to buy. I like having some of those resource books available. Hey, so do you ever just like make a realization? Because I just am having a moment here. So you know how I said, I think we shared this book last month. And the reason it was kind of messing with me is also because like, apparently I have 2 copies of this book. I feel like that's a bit of a library fail, but we have 2 copies of 100 Things to Know About the Ocean. That's why I keep thinking I'm seeing this book everywhere. I got a Margaret Wise Brown book for the toddler. It's a Goodnight Songs, a celebration of the seasons, and they're just different little, I guess they're supposed to be songs, but rhymes of different seasons. Then there is Hey There, Earth Dweller. Dive into this world we all call Earth, and it's just lots of different information about the Earth. Judging from the cover, I thought the inside illustrations would be better than they are. It's very information heavy instead of graphic heavy, which can be good, but I also think kids really like those graphics to go along with it. Oh, this one I really liked. This is Infographic Animals. And it's just different animals and information about them. I like the diversity in here, and the illustrations are a lot of fun. And then I think also Jess had this one. It's a visual guide to math. or if she didn't have it, I don't really know why I requested it, but it's a really good resource. This is going on my list of things to buy because I feel like for elementary, this would be a good resource. So there's like information on how to make 10 and just this visual for kids to have like all this different information available in one spot, but like so easily available and nicely displayed visually. I'm not sure, I'm not putting this into words properly, but I think this would be a really good resource to have on hand. Then this is cool. This is the World of Whales. Get to know the giants of the ocean. So it's just a bunch of different information about whales, obviously. But when you get to the blue whale, it's got a nice little fold out page. Once again, I really like the illustrations. This reminds me of an Usborne book, but it's published by who? Oh, Little Gestalten. It's originally German, I guess. So I was going to look up, I really liked all this whale information in one little tight package here. I would like to see if they have different animals available as well. And then I got A Cat's Guide to the Night Sky. This one really caught my attention because my daughter likes cats, like I said, and it's really fun. It's like getting tutored by a cat, and I don't know, the illustrations are really cute, and this is a fun one. Then like the fish and the birds, we also got bugs everywhere. I tell you guys, I'm just like a sucker for this gold foil. I like her illustrations, and I like that the information is grouped in little paragraphs. It's kind of like separate so that it's not overwhelming to kids. This is another gold foil, and this is 50 Mindful Moments in Nature. The book is called Slow Down, and I really like this idea. It just kind of takes you into different moments of the day, possibly different parts of nature, and tells you about them. And I think this would be another really good resource to have. You can't have them all though, I tell myself. Oh, this was really cool. Animal Fact File. So this is head to toe profiles on more than 90 mammals, and it just has an illustration of an animal, and it breaks down their skeleton and different parts about them, where they're found. I think this one is set up in a really cool way because it's often you'll have like information about bears, but you'll have like 15 different bears, and I feel like this one it focuses on a specific kind of bear, like the brown bear, and it dissects it a little bit better. So I think this one's really cool. Oh look, apparently I went on a binge and now I got also reptiles everywhere. It's set up very much like the other books as well. This is a really cool series. I don't know if I would necessarily buy these ones, but they're really cool to have from the library. Then we've got Under Your Feet, Soil, Sand, and Everything Underground. These ones have really cool illustrations and just talk about all sorts of different things that you can find underground. Different animals and bugs and roots and vegetables, and it's really cool. We've got The Variety of Life, and then like contrary to the one where you have your like black bear and you have all the information about your black bear, this one is just like a page of sheep, a page of penguins, a page of owls, a page of dogs. So I think it's good to have like both kinds of resources available. Okay, now I know that the kids have stolen library books and they're throughout the house, but I think the last one that I'm going to share, assuming I didn't miss one right here, is Even More Lesser Spotted Animals. So obviously there's one called Lesser Spotted Animals, and this is just information about animals that you don't necessarily hear of all the time, and is written in a really witty way too. The introduction, I found myself cracking up. Talks about how, like you always hear about the lions and all that, and now you're gonna hear about some other animals, and the lion's like, no lions? You can't do that. I'm in all the wildlife books. And this guy's like, beat it, Fluffy. So we've got all sorts of different animals that kids probably haven't heard about, or at least not heard a ton about, and you can find a lot more information in here about these lesser spotted animals than you can in a lot of other books. Oh, I have no idea how many books that was, but that was a lot. So let me know if there was something here that like caught your attention. There's gonna be a few books wrapped up with my daughter's reading wrap up in a couple weeks, and let me know what else we should get from the library. Especially let me know some of your favorite picture book recommendations, because I'm gonna need some more for the little guy. I'm like, is he a toddler? Is he a preschooler? He's almost 3. He's kind of like right in the middle. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.